Hello, my dear Capricorn, and welcome. I'm so excited to be here with you all today, especially with this beautiful transit that's happening right now with the age of Aquarius and the conjunct between Jupiter and Saturn. It really is just such an amazing time to be alive, and I'm just happy to be here with you and help support you on this journey. So first, I'm going to go into a little bit of the spread, what we're going to be doing. This is the medicine wheel spread. I have altered it quite a bit, but I wanted to give a shout out to Jamie Sams because we are starting with this Sacred Path card deck, which is this orange deck here. And the medicine wheel goes around in a circle. To me, it is clockwise, but for you all, it's going to be reversed. I'm going to see if I can reverse that to make sure it is perfect between my view and yours. So we'll be going from your past to your mindset to the above messages from the spirit realm into the future over there. Then we will have this Lenormand here, which is read like a sentence. Most of the time, it's 5 cards. Today, you get 6. There's a bonus card there for you. And then we begin here with the center. And this card has been coming out here for so many of the signs. And it is this graceful new beginning. As I mentioned, we're going through this transit. We're going into the dawning of a new age. This is, revered and talked about through all of the religions, throughout all of the cultures on this entire planet. And it is so beautiful. It is this dawn, it's this new beginning, and we see it here with these tiny little buds and this little bird. And in the tarot, it really is profound what people are wearing and the surroundings of them. And there's some that are in dark winter times and some that are in bright spring times. And this card is the ultimate springtime energy. And yes, we're in December, going into nothing but January. So for those of us in the northern hemisphere, this is like, what are you talking about? But this is the dawn of a new age consciously, and in the intellect, and in our emotional guidance systems, in our intuitive guidance system. It's something brand new that we literally have never seen before. So a very beautiful way to start. And you'll see me flip cards quite often. There are lots of times that I just flip all of the cards. And so pay no mind to that. It is, if it was upside down, then perhaps that seems a little bit scary to have that new beginning. There, it doesn't feel like a blossoming of a new age. It feels like a crumbling of the old. And it's meant to. And that's okay. So overall, the message is the same. Wow. We had this card for the last Sagittarius. They got this too. This is that prophecy, that dawning of the new age. It's so powerful that it makes me need to catch my breath, because this is the prophecy of the new world of peace. This 5th world, this 7th generation, this the way that it goes is the 3rd generation of the white settlers. They wear beads in their hair, they wear colors on their skin, and they change the mind of the white chiefs right in the nick of time. It's like this magical serendipity, this interference that where the one consciousness overpowers the corruption, the destruction, the chaos, the feeling of lack and scarcity and fear. It's overcome with this unity, wholeness, coming together, raising the vibration. This feeling of a new dawn, a new age, that I'll be damned, is exactly how I manifest it to be. And this is about all of us joining hands together and deciding today is the day. Today is the dawning of the new age, quite literally today, the 21st of December, 2020, when this will be uploaded. So let's go into your cognitive focus here. And we have thunder, which is usable energy. So this is like the Tower card in a traditional tarot. This being a Native American deck, this is about the sky and the earth coming together. Father Sky and Mother Earth connect with a lightning bolt. And you are allowed to be that catalyst, the connection between earth and sky that says, I am grounded and yet I have wings. I am rooted and yet I look forward. Very, very powerful energy here. 2 of maybe the most powerful cards here. And it goes from 18 to 36. So they're even factors of each other. And now messages from the spirit realm, the cradle board. This is literally the card that is protecting the next 7 generations. Literally. Yes, there's a baby here, and it's, you know, the way they used to carry their babies. So some of you may be working on fertility and having babies. But more than that, it's about fertility that you pass down, not just to your children, but to the next 7 generations. What prosperity are you looking to manifest? What vision do you have for your children, your children's children, and your neighbor's children as well? This is about the new world. So, very profound message that right from the beginning, we have 3 that are literally just, this is going on. This is happening for us, for you, Capricorn. And in the future outcome, we have self-sacrifice. Now, I know this is a little bit of a dark card, and you know, the imagery on this deck is very simplistic, but it's very impactful. This is a masculine energy. The sun is masculine, the moon is feminine. So this is something that the men would do as a Sundance ceremony. You can look it up to see the details of it, but essentially they're going around in a circle. They are connected through this heart space, and they are releasing. So the message is self-sacrifice. What parts of you do you carry that are no longer serving? What parts of you, your past, your experiences, your understanding, your perspective, your awareness, your mindfulness, what is damaging you there? A lot of us go on those mindset loops where it's like, I just can't stop thinking about this. I can't stop doing that. You can. You have the ability to have that release work for you. And in doing so, you're breaking generational curses. This is generational. This is monumental moment. We are carrying a large burden. It's literally, we are carrying the power and the destruction and the chaos of the world on our backs. And many of us are falling into anxiety. We're having such a heightened sense. It's almost like we're all shaking. But that is the point. That is the unbreakable power of the human consciousness, of the human emotional body. We are the most capable for this transit. And it is time that we awaken to that. I am just covered in chills. I have chills. Okay, let's go into your Lenormand. We start with the house, your sense of home, security, structure. We move into the star. Wow. So we have multiple different, synchronicity to you moving forward and opening that third eye, having that intuition. This is about being guided. The clover, it is reversed, and we'll leave this one reversed. But this is about trying to gain my words here, because there's something specific that's a message for a couple of you. But this is about monumental change, and this is about uncovering mysteries, because we have the 4-leaf clover, which is all about luck and magic. And I mentioned magic and this new beginning, this ability for you to respond, this ability for you to manifest that prosperity. And this is that prosperity card. This is a lucky card. It's upside down, but it's still very lucky. It's upside down because it seems that you're carrying some burdens. And many of us do, most of us do, and we're going to dive into what those are. But there's good fortune here for you, a gift ready to be received with that bouquet. And followed with the lilies, another good fortune card. So there are some things that you're going through. This is also a maternal card for those of you who are, into that manifestation of, quite literally, a future generation. Some of you may be there, but for the most of us, and for the sake of a general reading, this is about you being guided with that power to create a new world, to move forward with prosperity. So let's move deeper into what it is that you are cleansing yourself of. What is it that has been suppressed? What is it that is ready to come forward? What is it that we are moving into, Capricorn? Wow. It's all in your head. Yes, as I presumed, with this card here, I got that shakiness, that heightened feeling of discomfort. This is consciousness, but also what is ready to be released, because we had that here too. Self-sacrifice. What are you releasing? And it is in your mind. It is a mindset that's leaving, that's outdated. And then the second card here that's sticking out is perfect acceptance. There's this blending in that's happening here. Yes, there's some things that feel very dried up, that feel very depleted. Many of us are feeling this spiritually, emotionally, physically. We are depleted. There's no shame in that. But that is in our head. That feeling that, oh, I can't go on. And on the bottom of the deck here, we have serendipity. Quite literally, and I mentioned that word a couple times, right? Merge with the flow. So this is about being nurtured by nature. And we had the Earth Mother here several times over with many of these cards. This is about nurturing. This is about the blood of the earth, the understanding of abundance, grasping that concept and running with it, and putting that abundance above all other things, because it is there to support you through this. Let's move into your mindset and going towards your goals, into where you're headed. Seeing the next step more clearly. What do we have to tell Capricorn about their goals, their big goals, that big why? Wow. Oh my God. That lightning comes through again. My goodness. The same card twice. Lightning, power, the Tower card. This is anxiety. It really is. It is so anxious to be in a lightning storm and not know, if you are going to be that catalyst, and you don't want to be, but you are. This is your destiny. This is your goals. This is what drives you, is utilizing your power. We have usable energy and we have power. Both of them, a repeat message to tell you that your goal on this earth, who you're here to be, is a leader in this new beginning. This is the dawn of something so powerful that many of us are not ready to comprehend it. Seriously, this weight of the world being in our mind, and reusable energy, quite literally, utilizing power correctly. I mean, many people in real estate now are saying that most people want solar panels, they want gardens, they want greenhouses, because we are moving into a more sustainable space. And at the bottom of the deck here, diligence, that farmland here, that heightened hindsight from the bird above, looking down and saying, wow, this is the earth's bounty. This is that serendipity, right? We have serendipity here, looking at the earth in a whole new way. And then we have diligence here, which is about social responsibility. A repeat of this cradle board up here. How do I carry the future 7 generations in a way that is going to feel balanced? It's going to feel brand new, like this new beginning, but without it feeling too overbearing. Because overbearing, yes, I flipped the card, feels like this, looking down, having your eyes on the floor, feeling overwhelmed, completely overburdened. But instead, we're shifting into this. It says, you know what? I was made for this. I think my dog is upstairs playing with a toy, so if you hear some jumbling, that is likely what's going on here. Okay, so the power is yours for this new beginning, looking out for the next 7 generations, being the person who was chosen by your ancestors to break ancestral curses. Now let's move forward into the future, where you are headed, how we can support Capricorn from the spirit realms as you move into this future space. Wow, the aspect of flying. kind of a mystical card here. But again, we have the spiral down below, almost like a corn maze. And then you're able to see from above. A very, very beautiful new understanding here. Same card. So many duplicated meanings here in your reading. This is that heightened view, looking at a new perspective. There is a shift going on in your mind about the power that you have, about how you see things, and about how to move forward in a way that is in communication with the universe, the divine, source, spirit, however you see that God force. Whatever it is that you believe in, own it, claim it, and communicate with it. Become one with it, because you have so many blessings here waiting for you. So much so, and I'm going to leave these here because they are duplicated meanings and mean so much in that position. The bottom of the deck here, we have the fish, and this is financial abundance. This is needs being met and then having overflow. This is the message of 2021. The spiritual entrepreneur, the creative, leading the show and holding the wealth. Imagine how the world would be if the creative entrepreneurs and the new innovators had the wealth in their hands. There would be none of this. There would be none of that ickiness. It would just be innovation. Seeing this new dawn so clearly that there is no second guessing the power that we have to make whatever we want happen for this dawn. This new age coming forward, being so positive and quite literally financially appealing. Let's move forward into what it is that you are going to be expressing as you move into that future self, as you see yourself moving forward. What parts of you will be expressed? Wow. Sagittarius got this as well. That may be a rising sign for you because they had this as well. And I think there's so many repeat cards because 2021 is a very specific message, which is, yes, there is turbulence. We have this tower type feeling where chaos has been just wreaking havoc. But you have courage, you can endure, find your center and spiral into your power. And that's what we're doing here, this spiral as we go around the circle again and again. Don't forget that strength because that is your gift. As you've carried the cross, sort of as Jesus of Nazareth did, there's still so much strength to be found there. And on the bottom, we have elegance, represented by the swan, coming through for so many signs this reading, this set of readings. It is found in the beauty of nature, the lotus waiting to bloom, be the swan on the water, and just glide. That is the message here of the swan, this free glide, this graceful faith, where what could you accomplish if you knew you could not fail? That's the energy here. So let's dive into the momentum. What is guiding Capricorn forward? What is the wind under their wings? What is the momentum that drives them forward? First, we have the Nine of Vessels, generosity. We are celebrating Christmas. We are celebrating the new year. We are celebrating gratitude and seeing true abundance. And abundance is following you, Capricorn, and is asking of you a very specific, a very impactful ask, a very big weight to carry, but also something so impactful that you will be so well rewarded because you have the heart for it. You are capable of taking this energy that is a terrifying, anxious, hesitating energy that feels so terrifying at times and transforming it into this, which is I am that I am. I manifest so that others can experience more. I see the dawn and it doesn't scare me. Very, very beautiful message there. And the next is balance. We have sort of this intertwined snake, which can be physical health. So you may be looking at your health, your balance. What is going on with you? Why do you carry these burdens? What can you do to sacrifice those things that no longer serve you so that you can feel this balance? Because after all, this is what you're longing for. You are longing for peace and tranquility. That swan-like energy, these flower blooming type energies. So you're focusing there. And that is calling you forward, Capricorn. This new beginning calls you for peace. And at the bottom of the deck here, this is one of the most interesting cards I've ever come across. It says boredom, the Four of Cups. The cups are overflowing. She's well dressed. She has more than enough. She has all the things she needs. Therefore, she's just like, well, what do I do? It's like, I have it all, so now what? Right? So it's kind of like carrying that burden, taking care of other people, being the stable person, focusing on your inner self and battling those things to make yourself stronger, going through all that pain, all that stuff that's led you here. If you hadn't have done that, you would just be in this state all the time. And yes, 2020 makes this a very comical card because we're all sort of feeling that, walked within these green walls. And yes, we have the food and yes, we have the necessities, but there's so much more that I long for. And this is here to say it's okay to long for those things. It's okay to say, I am grateful for what I have, but I want just a little bit more because there's power in that want and it leads you here. And that is the energy that we're really going for. So let's take a moment and look into how it is that you're going to be connecting higher. How are you going to be utilizing the idea of prayer, meditation, astral travel? And you're diving in. I love this card. There's depth within you. As I mentioned, you've gone through so much. You've seen new perspectives. You're trying to balance all of these things. The past experiences seem to keep coming up, and there's so much to go through. But you're diving in without the fear. It says, seek truth, wisdom, and insight, intuitive knowing, return to the source, get to the bottom of things. So there's self-reflection going on here. There's adaptation happening. And diving in is the easiest way to find that depth and to fly, like we have here, to fly without limits, to see without any rose-colored glasses or without, thinking about the burdens, thinking about stability, thinking about how I'm going to make this happen, how am I going to, see this through. All of that goes away. All of the anxiety goes away. And it transforms into this energy here and this energy here, which is really the most intense, most beautiful transformation that we will see in our lifetime and that this earth has seen in 2,000 years. We are ending a 2,000-year-old cycle. Now at the bottom here, we have contemplation. We have this person here, very tiny on this road. Hopefully you can see this, it is very dark. And then we have the moon here, which is a guide. So it says gaining overview, goodness, just like the flying, detached observation, increased understanding, solitude, integration through reflection. Diving deeper, going through the spiral, diving deeper, going into the balance of self. It all comes full circle for you, Capricorn. So let's move into now the aspects of you that are going to be coming forward and awakening during this time. What aspects of Capricorn are going to be awakening to this time? Wow. You are the sage. You are somewhat of a caretaker, Capricorn. You are that motherly energy. You are that spiritual self. You are that person that people come to when they need something. And you're here to help. You're here to guide. We have the owl here, which is about seeing 360 degrees, just like the birds and the flying horse up there in the corner. And this is an aged self in such a good way. This is about being seasoned in your practice. And then we have the wolf here, which is a guide. Talks about trust, communication, running with a pack, right? The understanding that all is connected. It's like in Yellowstone, they took all the wolves away because they thought they were so dangerous. And all of a sudden, everything was just dying because the elk and the deer were eating everything and leaving nothing for the squirrels, which left nothing for the big birds and nothing for the snakes. And so the entire ecosystem just collapsed. So they reintroduced the wolves, and all of a sudden the grasses grew taller because there's a little bit of a population control with the deer and, the other four-leggeds there. And then the snakes had some mice to eat, and the fish had the bugs to eat. This is a great inner balance. This is a great healer and someone who is seasoned into their work. Healing work, transcendence work, guides. And it's here right next to this generosity. Because generosity doesn't have to be money. You do have money here in the cards, but this is so much more about energy, about just being there. And then we have the hero. Wow. You are a huge player in this game of life. You are effortlessly powerful. We have the bear here with the bear claws. We have these knives here, the swords. We have the third eye here open, and everything is surrounded in gold. 2021 is so much about the individual. We are around people a little bit less. We are with ourselves a little bit more. We're diving deeper, understanding greater. We're seeing new heights. We're transcending. We're meditating and becoming the hero of this earth. You cannot sell yourself short right now. You have to see the power that lies within you because you are a huge piece of this puzzle. We're going to pull just a couple more cards here. And I want to see which animals are going to be here to support you through this transit, through this manifestation of this new, peaceful world. Wow. We already had the swan once, and this is one that has come up for just about every sign. And it's saying, go with the flow, fight your fight, but do it in your way, because you have the power to go through this, and it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be, turbulent. It doesn't have to be one way or another way. It's not always black ink on white pages. There's gray areas, and that gets to be okay, because we all have our piece in the puzzle, in the spiral. We're all becoming and learning more so now than ever before. So what is the other animal that's going to be here to guide Capricorn? Self-reflection, another bird, as we go into this age of Aquarius and go into more of that air energy, communication, heightened abilities, feeling that intuition, feeling that wind under your wings. But the blue heron is quite literally the symbol of the Native American church, the water bird, because they are all about self-reflection. They're walking around with their faces down and they're looking into the water. Of course, they're probably looking for fish or bugs to eat, but symbolically, they're looking at themselves and they're saying, how can I improve? Where do I need to spiral downward? Where do I need to see a new way of being that supports me so much greater than where I have been before? How can I dive deeper? How can I go into my potential power? How can I unlock pieces of myself that are so profound, that are so heightened and awakened, right? We have like a little gap here, so I want to put a card here as well. We'll get one more card, and it's going to be the one from the bottom of the deck here we've already gone over, because this swan energy is so repetitious for this year and this set of readings that I've done. I just really kind of can't believe it. It's coming through on all the different decks from so many different cultures around the world. We have all sorts of different influences here, from Native American to ancient Chinese to Norse and Celtic. It's coming full circle for us all. There's just so much to learn. There's so much to be grateful for. Even the little puppy dog upstairs playing with the toy that you can probably hear echoing. I hope this reading was so insightful for you all. Please feel free to check out the description box. Of course, your likes, subscribes, and shares are so appreciated. But please take this message of grace and of fulfillment. And we're releasing and letting go of that burden, that feeling of stress. And we're transforming that anxiety, that feeling of being seasoned and feeling a little bit too far down. And we are embracing instead our healing qualities, our balancing qualities, and how we are literally the hero of this story. And just do it in your own time. Find your place, take your time. There's no need to stress. This is a blissful time. This is something to embrace. And we will triumph over everything that, compels us to dive deeper. We always rise above. So if you are in need of any assistance with that, I am a spiritual coach. I will put all of my links in the description box for all of my different offers, free and otherwise. And especially for that Akashic Records course, because it seems that this is calling to you so much as you're flying higher, as you are transcending deeper. There's just nothing like it. It's such a magical field of study. So I hope this has resonated with you. I will see you all next time. I hope you have a wonderful holiday week, and I will see you later. Bye.